Hi, I'm Kevin, and I'm the ski buyer. I'm here today to talk about the Tecnica Viva Phoenix 80 air shell. It's a completely all-new boot from Tecnica this year. It features brand new technology that nobody else has, and it's got some pretty cool stuff that we'll get into. We'll start off talking about who this boot's for. This is definitely going to be for an intermediate to low and advanced level skier. It's got an adjustable flex. It features a 70 to 80 flex. You can dial that in with this simple lever, flipping it up or down, depending on how stiff you want. You can dial it in depending on your performance level, depending on how aggressive a skier or how much you weigh. So good for intermediate to advanced level skiers. You've got an adjustable flex, or we got an adjustable flex, but we've also got an adjustable width in this boot. That's kind of what makes this boot so cool, is that it does have an adjustable width. There are boots out there that you can have adjustable widths to make them wider. But the problem with ski boots is that what happens if it is too wide? How do you dial it in and make it, a little bit narrower, snugger? How do you get that heel pocket narrower? Well, this boot kind of takes care of that, and that's the air shell part. I've got this demo to kind of explain it. What it is, it's got this surgical grade plastic liner in it. It's got two zones. It's got a front zone and an ankle zone. And there's a pump on the back of the boot, kind of a la Reebok pumps, but a little more advanced. And when you pump them up, it adds air and inflates the liner so you get a more precise fit. So this boot can actually go from a 100 millimeter width to down to a 98 millimeter width, so like a medium to a narrow width. And then again, we've got one that we can pump up and inflates the heel pocket. So if you have a narrower heel or something, you can pump this up. It adds more air, and you get a nice dialed-in fit. Very warm, as the air is naturally an insulator. And then to release them, we just push the buttons on the bottom, and that deflates the liners, and we pump them up with the one on the top. So very customizable, very adjustable. Again, very warm, as air is a natural insulator. And like I said, totally unique technology to Tecnica. You can get a perfectly dialed-in fit with this technology, and nobody else has this. So, moving on now to kind of more the nuts and bolts of the boot. We've got 4 micro-adjustable carbon steel buckles. The advantage of carbon steel to aluminum is that it has a higher weight to strength ratio, so we get a much stronger buckle that's also lighter weight than a traditional aluminum buckle, so it keeps the weight on this boot down drastically. The micro adjustability allows us to spin the buckles 360 degrees each way. That means that if we're in between catches here, we can really dial in the fit, so the one catch is too tight, one's too loose, we can adjust that and get the perfect fit. Another feature about Tecnica is they do have a little bit higher instep, so if you have a higher instep, this boot would be a great option for you. We've got a 30 millimeter power strap here. That's going to help give us a nice precise fit around the cuff area. Really secure, so we get a lot of control and power and precision out of our boots. We do have adjustable catches up here where we can move the catch is on the buckles, so we can accommodate different volumes of calves. The top one also is a quick adjust. You just push down on this tab and you can easily slide it back and forth, so quick adjustment, toolless adjustment. This one also does feature an outside cuff alignment. What that does is that if we're bow-legged, where we go outside with our knees, or knock-kneed, which most women are, where their knees come inside and it almost looks like they're going to touch when you're making a ski turn. This allows us to get that cuff in alignment so that our skis sit nice and flat on the snow. Our tips aren't catching it, hooking up. They ride nice and flat. Much more control, much more confidence in our skis that way. That's about it for the shell. Moving on to the liner. This features Tecnica's 3D foam comfort fit liner. So it's got 3 different densities of foam. They progressively get stiffer towards the outside of the liner, so you get a nice soft cushy foam against the inside of your foot, but then the outside foam is more responsive up against the shell, so you get better response with the comfort. It's got this metallic material on the outside to help retain heat, a neoprene toe box. It allows our toes to move around, wiggle free, so that they're not constricted, a lot more freedom of movement. We've got a corrugated tongue here, so that allows the tongue to flex more naturally. We've also got the tongue pull to help us get that tongue forward once the user get into the boots. Nice faux fur fleece lining throughout the boot. Very comfortable, very warm, very plush. So warmth and comfort are the keys here. That about wraps it up for the Viva Phoenix 80 Airshell boot from Tecnica. Like I said, brand new technology here with the AirShell technology allows us to really dial in that fit, creates a very warm, very comfortable, good fitting boot.